Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 39, and it was titled Third Time's a Charm. Child, this episode. If y'all are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, y'all, who we gonna start with? Let's start with Courtney and Josh. So Courtney and Josh, all them goddamn dogs. How many dogs they got? They got about 15. That damn dog. Child, I said all them damn dogs. Oh my goodness. But look, they probably like their children. Anyway, he was talking about a letter that he wrote to his grandmom. So his grandmom is more like his mom because she raised him, and his mom didn't raise him because she was on drugs and stuff like that. So while he was in jail, I guess he was in his feelings and his head and stuff like that. He was feeling a little hurt and everything. So he ended up writing this mean, nasty letter to his grandmom, and it was basically cussing her out. Like, why you give me up to foster care? You should have did this, like, yada, yada, yada. He wanted to hurt her, okay? So he hasn't spoken to her in a couple months. He's kind of afraid to call her up to talk to her and tell her, like, look, I'm out of jail. This is what's going on. But Courtney encourages him to do that. And she like, baby, I got your back. Whatever happens. So he ends up calling his grandma, and she was kind of like, grandma was a G, because she was not emotional at all or whatever. He called her up, apologized to her and stuff. And he was like, I love you, grandma. And she was like, okay. He was getting all emotional. He was crying and stuff. And he was like, I just want to come up there and see you and talk to you face to face and stuff like that. And she was like, I don't know about that. So he was like, well, I just want to see you face to face, grandma, and, just apologize to you and stuff. And she was like, all right, I'll be here. And so then he was like, well, all right, grandma, I love you. So she was like, okay. And then she hung up the phone. I said, Jesus, she was not like, you want her to do more than just apologize to me over the damn phone. So his grandfather died, and Courtney thinks that, he wasn't around when his grandfather died and stuff like that. So he feels bad about that. And Courtney feels as though he doesn't want to have the time pass with his grandmom, and he doesn't get to apologize and be there for her or whatever, which makes sense. They end up driving to the grandmom's house and stuff, and she tells us, she raised them and stuff like that. And why? Because his mom was on drugs, and his father had visitation up until he was 5 years old, but then his daddy thought it was a good idea to give a 5-year-old some beer. So his visitation rights was cut, canceled, done. So, the grandmom was like, at one point I guess they asked her about the letter or some shit like that. And she was like, well, that letter that he wrote me, it really hurt her. Cause she was just like, I don't want to talk about it. And then she started crying. So you could tell like it really hurt her, because she probably gave all her love to him, and she probably didn't have a lot, but what she had, she gave him. And then she was older and raising him and stuff like that. And to receive a letter like, F you, this, like, that really hurt her. So she was really emotional about that. They were sitting outside on the porch, and he apologized to her. He started crying again. At this point, Courtney had left. And they was just talking, and she, it seemed like she forgave him and stuff like that, because she did let him, touch on the back and stuff. So it was like a real touching moment. I feel like Josh is going to get his life right and stuff like that, because he sees what he has, and he is appreciative on what he has, versus the other people just be like, well, I'm out, I deserve this, yada, yada, yada. He is more like appreciative and stuff like that. So I feel like he has a good chance of getting his life together and stuff like that. And I feel like Courtney is going to help him do that. We find out they've been married for 2 years, and he tells his grandma, how the marriage went with the proxy and stuff like that. And then she like, well, do you want to have another wedding and stuff? And he was like, well, I want to have something small and intimate for her and everything. And the grandma, I'm like, yep, you got a good one in Courtney. You got a good one in her, because Courtney tells us that she's been in contact with the grandmom a lot while Josh was in prison and stuff like that. So they have a good bond and whatever. And so he wants to remarry her and do like a little cute little wedding and stuff like that. So I feel like that's cute. And she said that he knows what she wants. She wants acres. She wants some chickens and what else she said? She said chickens and something, child. And some bees. I said bees. Wait a minute. But then she wants to have like a little real wedding and that would really touch her. And that was pretty much it for them. Who else we gonna get to, child? Oh, Lord, Anissa and Jeff. Let's get the bad tooth Jeff. Child. Again, they giving me real Angela and Tony. I remember this day. Somebody put it in the comments, and I was like, yes. And then my friend was like, if you did the voice, you would have remembered. And I would have definitely remembered his name. Because you know she always was Tony. I missed him so much. Anyway, so her friend Kyle comes over. So Kyle is the Tommy, okay? But I think Kyle is married. Because it looked like he had a ring on his hand, on his finger. So I think he married. And I'm like, if he married, is his wife okay with all this? But whatever. She getting ready. She got the curls and the little rollers in her hair. She rolling up her hair and stuff. Kyle was putting on her eyelashes. I said, what in the world? She wants him to drive with her to the bus station or whatever, because she don't really like driving and stuff. And he like, well, is he gonna show up? And she like, yeah, he gonna show up. He said he was gonna show up. He gonna show up. I'm like, girl. And so then he like, well, he gonna have his life right and stuff. What if he go back in and stuff? She was like, out here, he gonna live a boring life. He not gonna do nothing or whatever. Kyle is not convinced that, I was about to say Tony, Jeff is going to arrive. But, you know, he there for his friend and stuff like that, child. They got to go to the bus station. Anissa is worried about her looks and stuff like that because she 51 and he, 41. So, 10 years difference. But she want to look a little younger and stuff. She not ugly or nothing like that. She look old, but she don't look old, you know. So, yeah, girl. You're 51. Like, get over it. So, anyway, they head to the bus station and stuff like that. She got to pick him up from the bus station and then drive him to the halfway house, which is 45 minutes away. So they, you know, pressing on time and stuff like that. She does tell us that Jeff was not dependable. And then she went into more detail. So Jeff basically told her that he was using her, okay? She done gave him tens of thousands of dollars while he was in jail. And he told her, like, the first and second time, he had no intention on coming out and being with her or whatever like that. He just used her for her money or whatever. So she already knew before she went to the bridal shop. I guess she didn't want to tell her best friend or her cousin that that's what the case was. And I think she don't want to tell Kyle that's what the case was either, because she gonna look stupid. But she know why that man ain't show up. So while she's sitting, they get to the bus station and stuff like that, and she pacing outside with her sign. And when they went, it was light. When the bus get there, it's dark time. So she pacing and stuff. Kyle sitting in the car waiting, and he like, So the bus show up, child. The bus show up. He don't get off the bus. The bus goes pulling out the little park thing and went on to its next area. She like, oh my God, I am thug. I am completely thugged. He not here. Oh my God. She looked devastated. She like, I don't even want to go back to the car. Like, I'm gonna go home, cut the dress up, burn the dress. I said, bitch, you can't return it. Like, why we gotta be so drastic? We can't just return the dress? But apparently no. Child, she go run the back. Here he come. He look old as hell. Now she 51. He 41. Child, he look old. He look like he about 60, 70 years old. This man ain't got no teeth. Like what I say. Child, he got like 2 teeth here and 2 teeth here. Like he look like PP. Was it PP? No, not PP. Pee-wee. What was the damn baby name? Sweet Pea. Was it Sweet Pea? No. What was the little baby name on Popeye? Yes, I'm dating myself. It was a little baby on Popeye. And he had like 2 teeth right here. Child, he actually... You smush his teeth together. I'm sorry. That's not nice. I'm so sorry. But y'all saw that man teeth. Oh God, let me get it together. All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, child. All right, but she happy to see her man. Okay, she happy to see him. It's like, damn, I know his breath stank. But his child, oh my God. Oh shit. Out of all these seasons and episodes, I think those have been the worst teeth. Those are the worst teeth that I have seen. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But I feel like he has the worst teeth, okay? Like, they is jacked. And he said, first of all, what irritated me about him, not just his teeth, but the fact that he was all up in her face and he looked like he ain't brushed his teeth or nothing. But not only that, he chain smoking all in her face. I'm like, the fuck? Like, you could have just walked away like 2 seconds. Like, sir, that was just rude and disrespectful to me. But child, he said he claims he fell asleep on the bus and some old lady found him, woke him up, and then he got off the bus or whatever like that. But child, he said that he was hustling Anissa in jail, and she was nothing but a hustle. Child, she done gave this man $50,000 and he done smoked it up. I said $50,000 and you, child, I just don't understand. I don't understand how they just, oh my God, all that in drugs. It had to be meth, because meth will fuck your teeth up and it will age your ass, because he does not look like he is 41 years old. I'm like, Anissa, you worried about looking old. This man who's supposed to be 10 years old, younger than you, look like he about 20 years older than you, girl. Don't even worry about it no more, child. They get in the car. He said he fell in love with her, yada, yada, yada. He wanted to marry her and all this other stuff. Child, when he said that in the confessional, it was this long ass pause. Like, the producers ain't even believe him. I was like, they was looking like, for real? Like, he meets Kyle. Kyle being all friendly and shit like that. He in the back seat, Kyle in the back seat, Jeff in the front seat or whatever like that. He said, it's going to be a few weeks before he gets to come home. He going to the halfway house, yada, yada, yada. He don't like the fact that Anissa then brought Kyle to help pick him up. He like, I don't understand why he brought this man. I don't even like, every time I ask her a question or have a conversation with him, he chiming in back there like he pissing me the F off or whatever like that. So he is not for Kyle. And Kyle said something like, this is my best friend, this is my world and stuff like that. I want you to just take care of her. He was like, it's nothing I wouldn't do for her. I said, oh God. He was mad. Child, did she end up kissing, yuck mouth, and then he went into the halfway house. I said, oh my God. Girl, if you don't get that man to the dentist ASAP, okay, child, just yank them all out. Give him some dentures. Child. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get myself together. Rachel and Doug. So Rachel and Doug, he said he loved her. I said, oh, okay. So she said she loves him to death. That's her boo thing. She gonna stick with him forever and never and never. She called her mama up so the mama can bring back home Dougie Jr. So Doug Sr. tells us that he was a teen father. His girlfriend at the time was 15 when she had the baby, and then he went to jail like a year after she had the baby or whatever, or Dougie. So Dougie get out. He, remember he said he was going to punch his daddy and then give him a hug, but he ends up hugging his daddy, and he was crying and stuff like that, and he said that he feels good to be home and stuff, and Doug was trying to lay down the law, talking about something. If you step out of line or something like that, you won't get your ass whooped. And Dougie was like, you are too. He was like, who gonna do that? He was like, Rachel or whatever. Rachel was like, yeah. I was like, girl, shut up. So Doug was saying like, the baby Doug, DJ, we just gonna call him DJ Child, was saying like, this is one of the best days of his life and stuff like that. And he's finally gonna have a family with his dad. So he was really excited. Doug, he ends up hugging her mama and was like, thank you for, having her and stuff. And, I love it. So then they go inside. She was like, well, how's it been, getting out or whatever? She was like, well, how was it? He was like, well, we went to the hotel, was trying to give you a grandbaby. I'm like, why do they feel the need to share that information with these mamas? Like, she looking like, okay. Behind you, DJ sitting there, so he looking like, okay. So then, child, the mom said something like, when you gonna get a job or something like that? He was like, well, I had a trade, maybe I can do all this digging for trash or south. I don't know what he said, child. But anyway, Rachel tells us he has to get an employment. That's part of his parole. Child, DJ drops the bomb, child, because the mama was like, well, I want y'all to, have fun together as a little three-piece, because Rachel had invited her out for dinner and stuff like that. She was like, no, he needs to get to know his son and stuff like that. And here go DJ, get to know me. He don't even know me or whatever like that. I said, ooh, okay. He ain't lying. And then he was saying something like, well, at one point you just had to, because he called him a womanizer or something, like you had a lot of women or some shit like that. And he was like, I had a lot of women. And so DJ was like, yeah, because at one point you had like 10 girlfriends at one time or whatever. Doug did like this little uncomfortable ass laugh, and the mama was looking like, do tell. Rachel was looking uncomfortable, but here go Doug with the save, talking about something. Yeah, but when you find a good one, you just keep on to one. I said, okay, fool. The mama tells us she ain't feeling Doug, that her gut is giving her bad vibes on him and stuff like that. And she feels as though he just using her daughter. And he did say something, because she was like, well, take care of my daughter. And he was like, yeah, she gonna be taking care of me too, or some shit like that. I said, so you just basically saying you came up on the lick. And so the mom Rachel walked her mom out to her car. And she was like, well, what do you think about Doug? She was like, look, he need to be a little bit more humbler. Like, he is not in prison anymore. I said, okay. Child, then we see some little stupid ass scene with them talking about bologna. Child, he was raised on bologna, so that's all he liked to eat. He's showing her how to make the bologna curl up and make it smell and taste like bacon and shit. I'm like, I grew up on bologna too, but I'm not trying to eat no bologna. Like, I don't want some bologna no more. Like, what? Anyway, child, she said, well, I love spam. So I said, all right, y'all match made in heaven, because that shit nasty too. Anyway, they at dinner. DJ asked Doug how was prison. He's talking about, in which ways you mean. He was like, well, how many times did you drop the soap? He was like, well, only on my birthday. I said, God, not how many times did you drop the soap? They out to dinner. Doug wants to, have them continue to live the good life and stuff like that. He claims he wants to change, and he claims he wants to do good by his son and all this other stuff, child. And so DJ was asking him like, well, if you had anything to change, what would you change or whatever about your past and stuff? He was like, well, I probably would make different decisions or whatever, but I probably would have still got in trouble. And so he was like, okay. He was just like, well, I want to do better, yada, yada, yada. DJ was doing a little too much for me. And it's probably because he knows he can get away with it, because his dad has not been there. So his dad to him is like more like a big brother type thing, and not his father, because he has not been in a role to be a parent and to set rules or anything like that. So he's saying like a whole bunch of slick shit out his mouth, call him a womanizer, talking about cutting my pork chop sleeve and all this disrespectful ass shit. But again, he doing that because he don't look to Doug as his father. Yeah, you got that name, and yeah, I'm gonna call you my dad or whatever like that because you my dad. But for real, he looking at this man like he my big brother or whatever like that. But Doug is like, well, I'm gonna let him slide for a little bit because we doing this whole transition thing. but he going to have to learn some rules and, regulations and stuff. He gets away with a lot with Rachel. And Rachel, I mean, he gets away with shit because Rachel don't want to be hard on him because of his past and stuff like that. But he still needs some type of rules and regulations because this little boy is just too slick with his goddamn mouth. And he's too damn grown. And the reason why he probably too grown is because that's the way he was fucking raised. And now Doug want to come in, try to lay down some rules or something like that. But is you want to be around to uphold those rules and those consequences and stuff like that? Or are you going to go back to jail? Like, you got to figure out what you fit to do before you pop into this boy's life and try to lay down the law. And then 40 days later, you gone again. So, yeah. But anyway, that was pretty much it for them, child. Y'all know who I'm saving for last. So, yeah. Now we got Deonte and Nicole. Nicole ain't shit, okay? She ain't shit, okay? So he picking her up. He finally taking his boo to his place and stuff like that. He like, it's gonna be a night to remember, girl. Cause he thinking he gonna get some, little slob on the knob. He ain't getting none of that. He tell her close her eyes. He opened up the apartment and stuff. Child, he got a little heart with candles and little roses on the floor. He got rose petals going down to the end of the hallway. He said, this the guest room, but nobody really slept in here, so this where we gonna sleep. I'm like, so why would you go in your master bedroom? Like, if you wanted a new bed and stuff like that, then you could have just swapped the bed. You know what I'm saying? You wanted a fresh start or the fresh bed and stuff like that. You could have just put the bed that was in the guest room into the main room. But I'm not sleeping in my guest room. My master bedroom is my master bedroom. But who is me, child? Anyway, he got all these gifts, some Michael Kors bags, some watches, child. He got rose petals and stuff all on the bed, some more. She like, I don't know if I just walked into a romance movie or a novel. Oh my God, And so he like pulled back the bear because he got this big ass teddy bear on the bed. She pulled back the bear, child. It's more lingerie. Now the girl done already told you you're not finna get none. So what you think buying more lingerie was going to get you? No. So she like, well, I told you you're not getting none. Like, I'll try it on and stuff like that. And but you gonna be looking and you're not gonna be touching or whatever like that. So he was like, well, I want you to put it on and stuff. So she looked real uncomfortable when he said it. And she also said she been talking to her ex Zach, which you already knew, and she feels like she's making the right decision with Deonte because he got the money. So at any rate, she go try on the lingerie, and she tells us that she was dancing for women in prison. And like dancing for women on their birthday, dancing for their girlfriends, and all this other stuff that she was getting some money for. So I said, was she going to try to be a stripper when she get out? Or, when she start leaving Deonte alone. So, she go try on the lingerie and stuff like that, child. She come out. He like, oh, shit, baby. Goddamn. Oh, shit. Like, he acting over. He acting special as shit. And he already special, child. His elevator stops at the first level. Like, it's one floor, and that's what yeah. So, at any rate, he all excited. He like, oh, shit. She like, look, you can look, but don't touch. He like, oh, all right. He taking off his shirt and shit. She like, I don't know why you doing all that. She was like, sit on your hands. So, he goes sit on his hands. He like, like he never seen no ass or nothing before, child. She did. She make it clap. And then she like, all right. She was like, but you know what? You can't get no sex. I just feel ridiculous in this lingerie with these little ass titties and stuff. Like, he was like, what you want, baby? What you want? She was like, I want my titties done. He was like, all right, baby. All right. So she gave him some kisses. She was like, all right, you ain't getting no sex until I get these boobs done. And then she go walking away and close that door. This man was crawling on his knees to that damn bedroom door. Oh, baby, why you do me like this, baby? Don't do me like, bam. Door close around his face. I was cracking up. Oh, I said, I like this chick. Anyway, Deonte taking her, get her hair done and stuff like that. Child, she ended up not spending the night. She went back to her mama house. He in his feelings because she ain't spent the night. And she like, why you mad because I ain't stay the night? Oh, because you ain't spend the night, so that means you don't respect this relationship, and that means that you don't respect me. So I'm just gonna carry myself the way I need to carry myself. I said, Lord have mercy. She like, are you done? He was like, yeah. So, I was dying. So she was like, look, it was way too soon for him to try to get all up in my cooch. Like, Like, he don't even know my favorite color. Like, how I'm going to have sex with you and you don't even know my favorite color? Like, bye. So she goes into the hair salon, child. She meets her friend Audrey there. Audrey is a friend from prison and stuff like that. I said, why they show this mugshot with her eye all blacked out? Child, the ghetto. Anyway, she getting her hair done and stuff like that. She all in the chair. She getting extensions and stuff. She's going to be looking like a Barbie and all this other stuff, child. Audrey started asking her when the last time she had sex. She was like, like with a man or a woman. She was like, oh yeah, girl, I forgot you go both ways. She was like, but anytime. So she was like, a week ago, oh my God, I forgot about her. So apparently she had a little thing in jail. A week before she left, she said she had did some things in jail and stuff like that. Because she said jail is like a buffet. And we know that because we saw Lisa. Okay, so she said a jail is like a buffet, First she was going to focus on herself, but now she going, she was just like, I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. So that's what she did. So anyway, she was in some relationship with some chick named Tia. Tia ended up cheating on her. So she broke up with Tia, whatever like that. But she still got a soft spot in her heart for Tia and stuff like that. So she like, girl, we need to get out because her hair was done. It was looking all cute and flowy and stuff. The lady like, all right, well, we can go to the register. She was like, well, my man's is going to pay for this. She was like, all right, well, y'all sit here, y'all chill till your man's come and swipe that card. So they talking. She was like, well, we need to have a party, girl. We out and stuff like that. So Audrey ends up telling Nicole that she need to invite her boo Tia. So she like, all right, I'm going to invite her. I'm going to call her up or whatever like that. She goes to the back to call Tia up. Deonte walking in the front with all these clothes and stuff like that. I said he could have put that in his car, but whatever, child. He walking in the front. She in the back talking about, hey, baby. I said, oh, Lord. And that's where it ended. Ooh, child. This is fitting to be a hot mess. Did y'all see them previews? We're going to talk about it in a second. Let's get to Stan and Lisa. Stan. So Hugh Hefner, child, okay, he's struggling to get out the car with all them little synthetic wigs. Lisa not in a good mood because her son what's going on with her son. And then Stan basically done told her, you need to drop the dead weight, which is your children, and focus on me and my straitjacket. You know what I'm saying? And she like, that's real insensitive of him or whatever like that. She go in the house. She like, when I'm going to get my key. He like, well, as soon as I get it made. She like, well, I can pick the locks. He was like, oh. So anyway, he takes her up to the guest room. That's where she going to be sleeping at because she want her own room. Because, she ain't sleeping with Stan because she don't really want Stan. She just want to do things with Stan. So she's sleeping in her own room and stuff like that. Stan kind of worried because she's not really focused on him and stuff like that. And he not feeling the vibe with her anymore. So he ends up pouring some glasses of wine and stuff, child. He poured the wine in the glass and damn near damned the whole thing. Before I said, you should just took the bottle to the head, Stan. She go outside. He like, well, how you doing? She was like, I'm just going to go outside or whatever. So she just went out in the back. He go out there. She's smoking and stuff like that. And she like, we from two different worlds and stuff. Like, I'm voicing my issues and stuff like that, and you telling me, because I got this issue with my son, and you telling me some other stuff, like, I'm not really, vibing with that stuff like that. He was like, well, you a smart girl, I'm sure you'll figure it out. So she was like, well, how I'm going to figure it out? He was like, I don't know. She was like, well, I was hoping you would say he could come here, and then I could figure it out. He was like, well, no, I think y'all should figure it out before. Stan is not with the shits. Stan is not with this family shit. This family of criminals she got. He is like, they is not finna come in my house. So he like, y'all need to figure that shit out first before I'm trying to move in some family type stuff. So he not comfortable enough with her family coming into his home or whatever like that, which is understandable, especially with their background. Like, no. So she calls her son up, and she was like, well, I'm going to call him up so I can figure it out. So he was like, all right, like, the fuck, I don't care. So she calls them, it go to voicemail or whatever like that. She like, look, I'm going to get my kid. I'm not staying here. I'm going to get my kid and stuff like that. And I'm a mom first, and, you know, you come in second and stuff like that. So he looking like, well, I was looking to start a new life with her, and now she want to just, you know, be with her son and stuff like that. I was hoping she would just leave her past behind, and that's just hasn't been the case or whatever. And mind you, he been drinking. So he drinking this wine and staying old. He fragile, child. And, you know, they don't metabolize liquor the way they used to back in the day. So he probably drunk like that, okay? So he's sitting on the couch. He like, well, I thought a 22-year-old should be enough to work on his own or whatever like that. She like, what? He like, she said something like, you wouldn't be feeling this way if this was your child. Like, you wouldn't even be coming to me if these was your children or whatever like that. He was like, well, you need, she was like, well, I'm gonna go. He was like, well, you can go then or whatever. I said, stand. Because he got so like bossed up with it. It was kind of like, Stan, like, you know you wrong for this. So he was like, because after she said this was your kids, you wouldn't be doing that. I said, child, he said, I raised my children right. You didn't. I said, Stan. So she was like, oh, hell no. She went upstairs, gathered her belongings, took her stuff downstairs. He was like, I'm not apologizing to her. After all of what I did for her, I'm not apologizing to her. And so he was going off on the producers, you know, about her or whatever like that. She was like, look, this my kid. And I'm going to take care of my kid and stuff like that. He was like, she just came out and all she want to do is talk about her kids. Like, what about me? Like, what about me? And he was like, ain't nothing wrong with that child. All that child wants to do is manipulate her. That's all it is. She was like, look, I got a little money. I'm going to a hotel. Child, he's still going off. He done knocked over his glass of wine. He like, oh, shit, what I done did. Stan. She like, he gets drunk like this, and then he gonna be regretting this shit in the morning time, and I'm not gonna be there or whatever like that. So she just drove off in the taxi cab and was just like, he will be sorry. He will be sorry. And that was pretty much it for them. I said, oh my God, Stan, you acted up. Like, God damn, Stan, I'm trying to like you. But in these last 2 episodes, you've been acting the beep up, okay? I understand you want to get pegged by Lisa, but just give it time. Just give it time, Stan. God damn. Anyway, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Did y'all see the previews? The previews look like they finna be popping on this season. And then we got Life After Lockup coming back in August, child. I do not want to see Brittany and Marcelino no more. I'm tired of their storyline. Like, what else they gonna talk about? I'm so sick of them. To me, they good. Like, just get off the damn show. I want them to bring back goddamn Angela and Tony, because I miss them, okay? And that is the train wreck that I like to do, okay? But, oh my God, what's that man? What's his name? He gonna be back with another lady, child. It's gonna be a hot ass mess. But anyway, I am ready for it. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about this episode down there in them comments. And for some reason, some of the comments, I can see it in my notifications, but I cannot reply to it or nor like it or anything like that. So I'm not ignoring the comments because they was really good and I wanted to comment to it. But for some reason, YouTube is not allowing that comment to fall underneath my comment section. But anyway, y'all, if y'all want to comment, please comment down there. Hopefully they'll get it together and figure out why it should be held for review, because like it was no cussing or nothing like that. I don't know why they're not putting all my comments down there, but keep commenting and eventually they'll come down there. But anyway, y'all, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. If y'all liked it, go ahead and if you like this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button and the share button. And if you're not subscribed, I don't know why not. So just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and join the team. All right, y'all. Until next time, peace.